I'm glad that you all are here because community input is extremely important to this process. I hope you continue to be involved with the comprehensive land use plan. Like I said earlier, the comprehensive land use plan that was approved in 2001 got me interested in what was going on in Chatham County. And I started going to meetings. And the more I learned, the more I was curious about what is this process and how can citizens be involved in it. And I learned a lot over that time period, and that is probably why I'm sitting here today. I would also encourage you, if you do have questions, to reach out to planning staff, to us on the planning board, to the commissioners. Pick up the phone. It goes a long way to have that personal one-on-one conversation, and I'm very happy to talk with any of you about any questions that you have that I could help with. I do favor countywide zoning for a number of reasons. And I've worked across the state with local governments and regional councils of governments for most of my career. Land use and transportation planning go hand in hand. So you not only have to pay attention to the zoning, the land use issues, but you also have to pay attention to transportation issues. And if you look at the transportation plan in Chatham County right now, you'll see that 902 might be widened or 751 might be widened. Those things affect land use. So once you have transportation corridors and you have water extended across the county, development will surely take place. And as people have mentioned, all the counties around us have zoning. 80% of the counties in the state have zoning. I think most of them are fully zoned, even Lee County. And if you look at the Piedmont Triangle area in particular, people are calling this the megalopolis, the golden crescent of transportation and development. So we are in the thick of it. And the comprehensive planning process is very important. It's going to take time to go through that process. I think probably 2 years is what I had heard from now. A lot can happen in 2 years without this protection in place now. Even once the plan is done, and zoning would be considered then as a recommendation of the plan. The plan in 2001 recommended 5-acre zoning in areas of watershed protection areas and resource conservation areas. That never happened. Plans make recommendations. So the process would be long before all of that would be considered. And I don't want to discount it because that is where you can really provide a lot of input in the development of those recommendations that hopefully will be taken seriously, more seriously than the recommendations that came out of the 2001 plan by various administrations. So I have concern about a lot of infrastructure and other threats right now to the county that if we are not proactive, we're going to wind up being reactive. And we've had way too much of that in this county, in my opinion, over the past couple decades. I don't necessarily agree with blanket zoning. I'm a planner by trade, and I would prefer to look at a lot more comprehensive information before applying zoning designations through the county. And the comprehensive plan, hopefully, will at the end of it have pulled together a lot of information and apply that to a vision for the county in the long range. In the short term, again, I'm worried about the risk and being proactive rather than reactive. I personally have received calls from a landowner who has, at the time this person called me, 3 quarries that were being permitted, going through the state permit process. And he found out by accident that this was taking place, and of course he was very concerned. 3 quarries right around him. He called the state, he called others who might be knowledgeable about the process, but the county couldn't do anything because there's no zoning where he lives. So if a quarry is proposed next to you, that's it. So there are a lot of threats, and it's a big risk to wait counties around us have full zoning, and so I'll just put that out there. Another thing about zoning is that it is predictable. So Nick often says, people like predictability, and if it's on paper, then you know what you're getting yourself into. So with that, I support countywide zoning. I regret that the process is the way it is right now. I'm concerned that if we wait 3 or 4 years, it's going to be really too late because of the risks and threats with Chatham Park and development infrastructure. Those are my thoughts and feelings, and again, I encourage you all to continue the conversation with us. We can't always do it in a meeting like this. I mean, this is...
You haven't spoken to us. You haven't let us talk to you. Did the other counties talk to their people before they spoke to them?
I would be very happy to talk with you, and I will stay late tonight to talk with you.
You've already made up your mind. What's the point of talking?
I'm expressing my...
Wait,
You've already made up your mind. You haven't spoken to us.
But folks in the audience, we're going. Folks in the audience, we're going around the table, and each of us are giving our views and opinions, and please honor and respect that.
I'll just stop with that. Thank you.